What happens when you have one superpower competing against another superpower? An intense fight and a huge clash. But what if said superpowers were actual countries? Well, the byproduct of that competition, other than advancements in tech, economy, and the sorts, would be insane infrastructural developments, with the United States being the inventor and pioneer of the skyscraper. China isn't waiting around to continue being overshadowed. They're charging full blast for that #1 spot, which we'll be exploring in today's video. Welcome to Lux City. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and smash that notification bell button for more videos on the elevated life. And don't hesitate to leave a comment below and destroy that like button. I don't want to keep you waiting, so let's move on to the video. Speaking of skyscrapers, did you know that in Shanghai, one of China's most developed cities aside from the capital, Beijing, the government has recently accomplished a marvelous feat of building a trio of insanely tall skyscrapers, deeming it as the official tallest and record-breaking building in the entire country. You may be wondering how this compares to the ever so equally competitive country, the United States. Let's check out the two countries and how they compare with their tallest skyscrapers in this countdown list, starting with number 7. Chicago's Willis Tower. One tall building that destroys the height of all the others in Chicago would be the famous Willis Tower. With a height of 442 meters or 1,450 feet tall, you can enjoy the beautiful view of Chicago. In fact, it's so tall that it was once known as the tallest skyscraper in the world for 25 years, after its completion in 1973. That record was beaten though when Malaysia headed into the infrastructure game and built that tourist classic Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur. One of the greatest features of the Willis Tower, aside from its height, is the view. It's got the highest observation deck in the United States, standing at the 103rd floor. On a clear day, you can literally see 80 kilometers in each direction and all 4 states surrounding. We also can't forget about the biggest tourist attraction in the building, which is the ledge, a small glass box that protrudes out of the building that tourists can step on if they're not the scaredy cat type. Back in 2009, this tower was actually renamed to Willis Tower, as it used to be called the CRC, since the term on the lease is to the Willis Group that's currently renting office spaces to this day. Number 6. New York's Central Park Tower. Speaking of breathtaking views, the New York City skyline is definitely up there on the list of some of the best urban city views in the world. But there's a reason we can reach such high grounds to actually witness it firsthand. And there comes the crazy skyscrapers. To this day, mega projects are still being worked on by the United States to break those global records, like the construction of the world's tallest residential tower, for example, located in New York and very near its completion date, aka the Central Park Tower. It's the tallest in a train of sleek megastructures being built south of Central Park on West 57th Street. Mind you, the prices here aren't cheap, since these high-end towers are intended for the 1%. With those staggering price tags per apartment, no wonder it is now nicknamed as the Billionaire's Row. Late 2020 is the scheduled time for the tower to be finished, finalizing at 472 meters or 1,550 feet tall. There are currently 179 top luxury condominiums in this tower, with prices soaring from $6.5 million for a 2-bedroom apartment all the way up to a whopping $95 million in the highest penthouse in the world that even has a private pool. Need a quick shopping spree? No worries, the bottom floors contain the luxury department store Nordstrom. Number 5. Shanghai World Financial Center. Alright, we've been way focused on the west side of things. Let's take a look at the projects on the other side of the world. As New York's skyline is famous to the US, Shanghai is famous to China's and has gathered millions of tourists each year to visit this world center for finance, technology, and transportation. to solidify their footing in this title is one of their most iconic buildings, located in the Pudong area, right across from the old town of Shanghai, is the Shanghai World Financial Center. This super tall building started construction in 1997 and completed in 2008. It took them 11 years to build this marvel. The building currently contains multiple business establishments, malls, a 5-star hotel, and even a museum. To grace this center is the Park Hyatt Hotel, which was the tallest hotel in the world. When the construction of the building was finished, it became the ultimate tourist location of the world-renowned Water's Edge Spa, combining luxury relaxation and a view of the city skyline and Huangpu River. This tower stands at 492 meters, or 1,615 feet, almost 328 feet taller than the famous Empire State Building. Number 4. Guangzhou and Tianjin CTF Finance Centers. We go back again to yet another financial center, since these two buildings on the list have crazy heights that are record-breaking. These are the Guangzhou-Tianjin CTF Finance Centers, two mega structures reaching the staggering height of 530 meters or 1,740 feet. Serving all kinds of objectives, they offer services like hotel rooms, office spaces, malls, and more to the mega-rich and powerful. These towers are actually the 7th and 8th tallest buildings in the world, and are both located in China's megacities with a population superseding Los Angeles. Correspondingly located right next to the capital, Beijing City, and Hong Kong, government construction companies have this preference for futuristic-style buildings, which is why these large metropolitan areas of megacities are the stage for infrastructural innovative developments. Developers had to comply with government-mandated codes of requirements, however, to make the buildings earthquake-safe, since these areas are well known for consistent seismic activity. The Tianjin Tower has integrated 8 sloping mega-columns, improving its strength and stability, and the same goes for the Guangzhou Tower, using a non-typical thick concrete foundation for the safety of the people inside. Number 3. One World Trade Center. This one is definitely one of the more unforgettable towers in history. Now, despite half of the top 10 tallest buildings in the world being in China, the US definitely doesn't remain on the back burner. With the One World Trade Center located in Lower Manhattan, in 2013 was announced as the 6th tallest skyscraper worldwide. At 541 meters or 1,774 feet, it stands as the tallest building in the United States, and even the actual Western Hemisphere. Not just the actual height, but the meaning and the symbolization of this building is one for the books, as it symbolizes freedom and memorializes the tragic 9/11 attacks in 2001. The tower is part of a series of towers that are located on the original site of the 9/11 incident. The entire project includes 6 extremely tall towers, wherein 2 are still currently in construction. Due to its symbolism, there's actually a tower called the Freedom Tower, which is the tallest amongst the others. These buildings have a sleek, modern design with large glass facades offering exclusive commercial spaces to, yet again, the rich and more successful businesses and CEOs. It also gives quick connections to Brooklyn, Midtown, and Staten Island, as it is also one of the most important transportation hubs in New York City. Number 2. Ping An Finance Center. You thought the One World Trade Center was tall? Wait till you see this one. Exceeding the heights of the One World Trade Center is a recently completed building in the Chinese metropolis of Shenzhen called the Ping An Finance Center. This tower is a massive 599 meters or 1,965 feet high. It was deemed the 2nd tallest building in China and the 4th worldwide. Similar to the Willis Tower, it's got an observation deck, but the difference is that the Ping An Finance Center has the highest observation deck in the world at an immense height of 541 meters or 1,770 feet high, quite frankly even beating that of the world-famous Burj Khalifa. The skyscraper, like the others, consisted of retailers for the high-end market and, of course, commercial tenants, with the main one being Ping An Insurance, to which the building is named after. This incredible design, like the One World Trade Center, has a meaning to it as well, as it represents the history and achievements of this successful Chinese infrastructural feat. Number 1. Shanghai Tower. We weren't kidding when we said that Shanghai is known to be the world center for finance, technology, and transportation. With the Shanghai Tower as the second tallest building in the world, it's got that gigantic height of 632 meters or 2,074 feet. In fact, twice the size of the Eiffel Tower in France. This skyscraper is the pride of China and is a never-ending reminder of China's marvelous engineering. The building reached Western countries in the form of international news when two urban explorers, Vadim Makarov and Vitaly Raskolov, snuck through security and climbed to the top of the building in 2015, filming their exploration while celebrating Chinese New Year in a crane. Talk about crazy partying. And as the nature of social media, this video went viral and trended online, gaining popularity worldwide. This skyscraper is actually part of a mega project by the Chinese government similar to the financial centers. Not just being tall, but this tower emphasizes its unique design as it is made up of several stacked cylindrical buildings enclosed by a glass facade, which then twists and rises to thousands of feet above the ground. In fact, there are 97 elevators that service this building, traveling at speeds up to 76 kilometers per hour. That's like 47 miles an hour. Guess you won't have to take the stairs a day in your life if you work here. Speaking of working here, you might be shocked to know that this building can hold up to 16,000 people. That's practically the population of a town. And of course, with a beautiful interior design to match. Each division consists of an atrium, indoor gardens, malls, restaurants, and more. Just like any skyscraper, this one also has an amazing view of the city skyline. With the world progressing and the superpowers getting more powerful by the year, we're curious to see what other developments these two countries have in the future. Also, what other countries will catch up in terms of development? There are more than just these two superpowers after all. Thanks for making it to the end of our video. Which part did you find the most interesting? Type it down in the comment section. And if you like this video, don't forget to destroy that like button. For more videos on luxury, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell button. As always, thank you for watching and catch you in the next one.